Hey friends, welcome back. Today I'm going to show you how I made this cool plant basket. You can either let it hang, or when you're done you could take this part off and it could just be a regular plant basket. So I took two cords that were cut 65 inches, and you don't have to make yours 65 inches because it is quite long, but I cut them 65 inches and I put them through a small ring, and then I put a gathering knot at the top, and now I'm just attaching the four pieces to this metal frame that is a square and it is 8 by 8. Okay, now just double check that they look even, and if they look even, then go ahead and get started. Otherwise, just keep adjusting them until it looks like it's even. You are going to attach 48 cords that I cut 100 inches. It ended up being more than I needed, but I would recommend just doing it just because you never know how many rows you might do if your cord is any different. It's better to have too much than not enough. So again, 48 pieces, 100 inches. My cord is 6 millimeters. So if you end up using cord that is not 6 millimeters, you are going to need more pieces, more than the 48. So to begin for the first row, I am just going to make square knots. Make it all the way across, going around the whole entire top row. Okay, for row 2, I am just making an alternating row of square knots. So far, it should look like this. Now, for row 3, we are going to be using spiral knots. I tie it 4 times, but you might end up needing to tie it 5 or 6 times, just as many times as you need to get your first spiral. After this row, you are going to add 3 more rows of alternating square knots. So by the time you are at your 7th row, you will be doing spiral knots again. This time I decided to go in the opposite direction. You don't have to, I just did it just for design, but feel free to do it either way. And it should look like this. There should be 11 rows. After your second spiral, you're gonna have another 3 rows of alternating square knots. Now to finish the bottom, we are going to do double half hitch knots on the second metal frame. So you don't have to use every single piece of cord. You could just skip like every 1 or 2 because it's gonna be too much. It'll be too thick going around the whole entire hoop. So again, just go ahead and skip every 1 or 2. Okay, now for the fun part, the bottom. So we are going to grab sections from both sides and we are going to just make a bunch of square knots. So for this process, I did speed a part of it up just because it honestly took me like an hour, if not more, and I don't think you want to watch me do the entire thing. So just know that everyone's is going to be different. So you're just basically going to pull in your cords. You might end up skipping some, not right now in the beginning, I didn't skip any, but like as you go, you're gonna need to skip a few. So use your best judgment for your own spacing and gaps because it's going to be too much and it'll start to like fold in if you do every single cord.
truth to lies. Gotta get up, stop wasting time. Yeah, I wanna run off and fly. And I'll tell myself it's fine to be alone, just to find somewhere that finally feels like home. Oh, oh, oh. I hate all this overthinking. Oh, 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 oh. The more I swim, the more I'm sinking. Take me to a world of silver. No more heartbreaks, tears, painkillers. Take me somewhere unfamiliar. Bring me back to where we started out. Get me out of now. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out. Get me out of now. To where we started out.
When you get to about this point, this is where you're gonna start skipping some of those chords and just use your best judgment to fill in your gaps. For this last part, I ended up just tying them with just a regular double knot, and then I pulled them all through to the inside because I had no more space for square knots. So just go ahead and tie them and then shove them back through and pull them through to the inside of the plant hanger. It will look like this. It is full of all that cord on the inside. So just go ahead and give it a quick trim. Trim, and trim it to your own liking. So I left at least probably an inch on the inside. If you don't, I highly recommend gluing it just to make sure those knots don't come undone. So here's your first option, doing it as hanging, and then you could just pull those 4 cords in the corners off, and then you can use it as just a plant basket like this. So thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. As always, if you liked it, please hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe.